Okay, we're all ready to install the trellis system. Once you have all your pieces tied together, and that will be 5 pieces together for a 16-footer. It'd be half that obviously for an 8-footer. And then the side, what we call the true side of the trellis material, which will be the side that you started on each time you tied another piece to it. The top corners are tied off on the eye bolt. The top corner on this end, and then on the other end the same thing. It's tied to the eye bolt, not the turnbuckle. Take your wire, you can roll it out, or you can have somebody roll it out as you do it, but I'm obviously working at this by myself, so I've rolled my wire that's come out of the kit, and I'm going to go in from this side into and through the eye bolt, and then I'm going to come back in, and now I'm just going to weave it in and out underneath the top horizontal piece of the net, in and out, in and out. Now when we get to the first hoop, this is where you can see why it's important that you tie off each corner and have it snug. This way you're on the right side of the net is on the right side of the hoop when you pass the wire through. If it were loose and you weren't on the right side, when you get to it, you may come in on the wrong side, and then when you try to stretch your net at the end, it'll be held back by the hoop itself. So we're still following our pattern there. Take it through the hole. Okay, and we went on this side of that one, back side of this one. We just keep weaving it through. Okay, again, here we're coming to the hole. We're on the back side of that one. Go to the front, back, front. Now this one, it so happens it ends up on right in the dead center. That doesn't happen very often. But in this case, we would be going to the front, but because it's right on the dead center and it's on the front anyway, we're just going to run through the hole there. And remember, it's on the front, so we go to the back. Now, I'm going to pull this through a little ways. I'm going to let it set there. I'm going to come back to this end now. And this is how you'll tie off the end. I'm going to pull it above the net because we don't want the net in there. And you can take your pair of pliers and hold it. And I don't know if you've seen the braid at the end of a rope. That's basically what we're doing here. You can make that nice and pretty. And that'll be pretty good there. I'm going to straighten up I'm going to leave that little extra tail there just in case I've made a mistake. I can still undo it and redo it. Now I'm going to take the turnbuckle, the hook is in the eye, and the turnbuckle, we want to make sure that it's on the right side of the net also. And we can see that it'll go through that other side. Now as you can see, I have the wire through the eye of the turnbuckle. Everything's solid. I'm going to put just a little bit of tension on it and pull it around so that now it's locked on there. Looks like everything's okay. I'm going to cut off the excess, give myself enough to work with, and then we'll simply once again just hold the net out of the way. If you have some help, hopefully you got some help, family, just hang on to that end of that turnbuckle. Make a few wraps. Nice and pretty like. Now I'm not going to tighten the turnbuckles of yet. You want to make sure also that when you get to it, that they aren't turning out. Make sure they're up flush, the bolts are up flush with the inside of the piece there. Now you can see that's fairly snug. It makes for a nice crisp piece. Now what we'll do next is we'll get this ready, and we're always going to start from the same side. We want to see what square we need to be in there. This one so happens comes right on the center here, so I'll grab another little piece and tie that off, but I'm going to stretch it up, not real tight. I need to know where I need to be with the other wire. So we'll take the next wire in now, and we'll feed it the same way through, tie it off the same way, and then we'll go ahead and come back and show you how we do the bottom center one. So we'll be right back after we finish this side up. Okay, we've got both sides done, tied off, wired, ready to go there. Now we've got the center wire tied off to the eye bolt at the bottom trellis support brace, and this one you do not weave through. It kind of floats, so I'm going to unroll it. The length here. And it just rides on top, but we'll give it the same tension, and that holds the V into shape. my turnbuckle, so that we want the turnbuckle on top of the netting. I'm going to pull it hand tight and bring it up around. Cut off the excess. Now I'm going to continue to tie that off, adjust all the turnbuckles so that we have good tension, but we don't want to collapse it. Just have some good tension on it, and then we'll come back and show you what to do with the excess on the finish end of the V trellis. So we'll be right back once we finish this up. Okay, now we're ready to cut off the excess. You could leave it on and carry it up over the top if you like. But when I do that, I like to have a separate piece, and I like it up into that point to look real crisp. So I'm going to go down and cut these off right at the nub and leave that long tail on there. That way when we do the one over the top in the future, we have something to tie to. So all finished. We'll cut this off and I'll be back and we'll wrap this up. Well, here you go, folks. We've installed the greenhouse with the legs first, then the trellis support braces, then the hoops, then the top purling. Then we installed the trellis support system, and then the trellis material. So we have a complete greenhouse and trellis support structure ready for the next step here in the future, where we'll add wiggle wire and then also a plastic cover. But for this segment, we're all finished. And until next time, happy gardening. This is the Garden Master. See you in the next video.